Yellow jet user. But it's empty at this hour. Friday night is the best gym time. Completely empty. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Those are my favorite times. Triple Jump Games. Thank you for the host. Yeah, I fixed it. Well, I think I did. Ugh. I'm just kind of pushing these changes first. Mad Triangle. Hey, box head pixel art. Yeah, we're fixing up the save system. Basically, one thing I realized with load was we weren't, it wasn't actually reading, when you loaded a game, it wasn't actually reading the save file. It was taking what was in memory, and that kind of caused some problems. Although, do I really want to do that? Yeah, no, I think it's good. How's it going, Mad? Huh. Well, I got it set up, so it can't be that hard. Oh, okay, why is it taking so long to revert changes? Okay. So I can go over while we're waiting for Perforce. Basically, the changes today was just making sure that we always have like a good version of it around. So you know what it does is it saves a slot here, right? It saves it to a temp file, then it copies the original, then it renames the original, then it copies the temp, renames the temp, and then it deletes these files. And what that does is it lets us have I can then go by all the different possibilities. So so we can determine this correct save file, like it looks at what's in there, and then determines like which one to use. Oh, fuck. Okay, I think process monitor is just taking up an insane amount of memory. Okay, here we go. Let's now start testing. So let's start from scratch. So this is the here I'm just gonna show you guys. This is like the folder where I'm not sure if I can have both open. Alright, so we'll keep an eye on what's happening in this folder. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, that is good. That's good. Never mind. That's all good. That's all good. Okay. So we're in no game. Let's go ahead and just delete this. Yep. Saved it. Saving. Okay. Now, of course, we need to add a. I need to add a. I want to do this before I forget, which is if you're gonna loading a game, if loading from system bugs, okay, if loading from pause panel. What's on the docket? I rewrote the save system. So there were a couple of weird bugs, like with really kind of small things. So for example, one thing was we were like doing this for loop, and it was using scene count while we were unloading scenes. And which meant it broke that for loop, right? Because it's like every time a scene gets removed, and it was starting the removal in like an async operation, but every time that scene gets removed, the size of the scene count actually gets smaller, which means like it screws up that operation. So we fixed that. I didn't realize until today that file.move and file.copy, they don't overwrite files, and that was causing a lot of problems with our save system, because what it does is we create we'll create a temporary file when so I'm not sure what the name for this process is. I've heard it's like the atomic save or something, but basically we don't override save files. We're always, we create, it takes like 7 steps, and each step ensures that there is at least one good version. So it's usually like what we do is we create a temp file first, then we rename the original, and then we create a temp file, we copy the original, we rename the original, copy the temp file, rename the temp to what the original is, and then delete all these other ones. But and then like if one of these process breaks, based on what files are in there, we can know which is the file that's not corrupt and use that. But because I didn't realize copy was didn't override it, and it wasn't actually, that step wasn't getting processed, and I couldn't tell because we're saving it, we're serializing it in a separate thread. So it seemed like the debug.log wasn't printing out any of that stuff. So we've fixed that. They were all really weird. It was like I kept loading saves, and it just kept showing up as this older version of the game. It was really confusing because all the math was right, but it turned out it was just we were writing and then what happened was, the other part that actually tripped me up is because before we deserialized the save files once at the beginning, right? And then if you saved and then loaded, it was actually all pulling from the data that was in memory. So it wasn't every time. So when you loaded the game, it wasn't actually looking at the save file and then reading that. So, I'd be playing the same session, and I'd save and load, and it's all fine. And then I would exit play mode, start up again, and then it's showing me this old save, and I so it was super confusing. But then I realized what I just told you. So now we've made it such that it reads from the save file each time you load. And so check this out. If I load, it will actually unload all the levels. So just now it's kind of basically like a quit and load at the same time. Yes! You have no idea how happy this makes me. Like, we had so many problems with just kind of loading in and everything being broken, and it's just like such a sign of relief, Saving. So, but the only thing, but unfortunately though, testing these bugs are a huge pain in the butt because you see what I have to do. I have to do something, save it, load it, save it, load it, save it, load it, save it, quit, load it, save it, you know? But at least it's not like save, load, get angry, bug fixing. It's like, okay, save, load, it works, save, load, it works, save, load, it works. But yeah, don't write a game, don't write an open world game with like persistent save. It's just, it is not fun. Just do roguelike, no save systems. The work on this has made me really want to play Hitman, because that game's got the most intense save system I've seen. They should give a talk on how they do their saves. Like, does any other game do that? I guess like Dishonored, right? But Dishonored and Hitman, because they let you save a ton of times, and it's, you know, you get to save at any moment. Yeah, no saves, no level design. No wonder all these indies are making roguelikes. You can't even... Oh, come on. Pourquoi non? Go to restore panel, save slide. Huh. That's weird. Why? Not sure why that's commented out. Yeah, you know, that's so easy, right? Because you could just have a list of the things. Do the player have it? Do they not? Maybe a number besides that, and you just serialize that. And when you load, you just like fill in those numbers. You know, for me, it's like we have to worry about like who calls what. So, for example, if you press a button and that opens a door, when you load that in, the door doesn't remember the state, the button remembers, or if the button remembers the state, and the button tells the door. So we have bugs related to that. It's just like, oh my god. You know, I thought the roll wrapping system was complicated. This thing has been, everything's complicated, but don't worry. We are going to do, I'm going to create like 10 videos going through all of the tech systems in the game, and we're gonna launch them. We're gonna release them like 1 or 2 a week up until we release. So I'm gonna, and I think I'll do those. I'm not gonna do them live because I think the format doesn't work as well. Or maybe, you know, what I'll do is I think we'll do like a bunch of dry runs on the stream, you know, kind of practice, and then we'll like maybe once or twice. Yeah, explain how they work. And like I'm talking about, like we go into the code and I explain the code, and I show you in the editor like spilling all the secrets. But I don't want to do that too early because obviously I don't want anyone stealing Manifold Garden. But yeah, like I'll do a couple dry runs on the stream, and then we'll do a really good one, and then we can have 2 videos. You know, one where then we can do like question and answers. You know, but I think I'm gonna change it slightly so I don't have the chat. Like if I'm giving a talk, we don't have the chat fill in. But I'll ask the mods to explain that. Yeah, kind of like half an hour, or half an hour, 45 minutes, followed by Q&A session. I think that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, why was this commented out on? got an email from John Blow today. He was like, "Hey man, I saw you put a bunch of patches in. Does this mean it's playable?" And I was like, "No." Give it 2 weeks. And he said, "Cool, looking forward to it." It's the highlight of my day, man. Have I even gone outside? No, I have not. It's how exciting my day has been. It's like, I got this email, man. He's like, "Is the game done?" Nope. Yeah. Save game. Boom. Load game. Boom. Something to look forward to. Just make sure you don't, you don't make my mistake. I mean, I didn't really make a mistake, but my original thinking was, yeah, I'll just do save and UI like the last month of development. Like every game has UI and save. How hard can it be? You know? Yeah, just because like Skyrim or Hitman have a feature, that does not mean it'll be easy for you to implement. Lesson number 1. What's Steam Cloud? Yeah, can you remind me what Steam Cloud is? That means that if you just sign into your account from another computer, the game will pick up from the same state. We can do it's really not that hard because we saved in actual files. So I would imagine it's just a matter of putting these in whatever folder Steam syncs up. Yeah, it syncs your save across devices, right? So I'm guessing the way, I have not looked into it. I'm gonna guess the way they do it is kind of like Dropbox, right? They just kind of keep the data on their server or something. So we would do that. Again, it would just be a matter of putting these files in there. So I think yes, but I've not looked into how to implement it yet. So I think PlayStation has a similar system, and that I believe is also handled on that's handled on a system level. Yes. Okay, so we got a little thing. I don't know if you guys saw that light up after it loaded. That's a problem, but that's we'll get to that. That's small. This, I don't know why, every time I'm in this level and I look up, it always causes a drop. Well, it's not. I mean, it should light up, but not. But when you're loading into the game, it's actually already lit. Ooh. Okay, hold on. I mean, there's a place for that, but it's not here, you know? Okay, you know what? I really want to switch back to sitting. Guys, we'll switch back to sitting and I'm going to get some water. Alright, just had to mop that up. I'm not sure what happened. I went to get some water and just stepped into this giant puddle. Apparently not. Apparently not. Another edge case. Okay. All right, okay. Required components. Restore panel. Object reference, open, restore. the hell? Okay, so why is this a problem? Restore backup saves. Open, confirm. Huh. Interesting. This should be set. Well, this is when this opens. Do we say I open restore panel? Oh, this must be it. Yeah. Why is the... hell is this used for? What the fuck? Why is this? Okay. Maybe. Honestly, I think this is just an older system. Yeah, it should be using iOpen. Hey, Adam, how's it going? Reflex Studios. Just over here working on save system. How's everything been? Oh, huh. Restore backup saves panel. Oh, you know what? I think it's because... Yeah, it's because it wants to know... You know what? I bet it's because it wants to know, yes. But, yeah, I think it's because first we have to set... Another day in the shit. Yeah, well, it's been 5 years. I've actually been feeling much better at the project now that we've set an internal deadline. It's about 4 months from now, and that's been like just seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. It's like, okay, let's do this. It's gonna be so freaking weird when this whole game is done. Okay. Am I coding a coroutine? Cheer train. Okay, so this is working now. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna come out here. So we're in this hallway. We're in green. Now let's save it. Okay. So if I load game, it puts me in this green box. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna restore back to when I was in yellow. Bum 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 ba dum. Come on. Nope, it's completely broken. Aha. Ugh, God. Ha ha ha. This is annoying. This is very annoying. Oh. It's annoying because in this case I basically have to have this. I have to have this thing twice. So I'm just gonna read this. So game manager UI canvas yield close fade loading screen alpha 0 load save slot from menu slot. Yes. Debug.log, fade music, set up now. Actually, so what we need to do is copy this guy over. If it's that, then we need to save slot red because we don't need to do that. In which case, okay, so what I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead, copy this guy over. Okay, let's hope this works. Okay. Let us continue. Okay. Regardless of whether this works, I'm gonna stop after this because I want to go to the gym. Hey, I'm almost done, so we're making sure that we can restore correctly. That'll be. I wonder when can I wonder if I have more room for You know, I can probably have more of whatever those things are now. I've not properly used. I don't even know how it works my dashboard. Oh, there we go. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to restore and make sure it's working. Da 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 da. Nope. I need more subscribers, it seems. Alright, load game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna restore. Restore. So this is from half an hour ago. Oh fuck. Hold on. Manager.ui.load. All right. Okay, let's do this. Press any button, load game. Okay, we'll load in first. Oops. Don't want to go in there. Load game, restore. This is the... It's working. Alright. You can see, I can tell it's working as the levels have been correctly unloaded. Oh my god, what? What? What the fuck? Oh, you dummy. Goofed. Why do I even use this? You know what, this is very dangerous, so we are gonna get rid of it. I was doing the index 1. This is confusing because it... Yeah, so... It's a really annoying thing. Basically, we do... you know, obviously with all the coding we're on index 0, but to show the player we don't show save slot 0, save slot 1. So we do index 1, save slot 1. But it just means that the whole time we kind of have to like track. Ooh. Yes, there's been a new update video. Why everybody subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now it should put us in the yellow room next to the box. Yes! Oh yeah, when we restore, it's not deleting. Yeah, but when we restore, it's not deleting the latest, which is a problem. Well, let's see. So this is good. That's good. So that's fixed. That's fixed. So restore saves is not quite right yet. Yeah, I just realized the problem with the restore is that the problem is that it doesn't have an image. Well, it's time for me to wrap up as well. So anyway, thanks everyone for stopping by. If you like the stream, you should follow the channel. I am on the Twitter and on YouTube. Anyway, this game is Manifold Garden. Getting really close to shipping. If you like it, you should follow. You should wish list the game on Steam. And there's more info here coming to PS4 and Steam. All right. I will see you all later. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend.